In this video, I will explain the difference between using a credit card and a debit card when making a rental car reservation online and when you arrive at the rental desk. The simplest and cheapest way to rent a car is to use a credit card, ideally with at least a $300 available credit balance. The higher your card limit, the easier it becomes renting a car in all locations and in all countries. Rental car companies cynically apply arbitrary high deposit amounts in an attempt to force you to take their insurance. So if your credit card does not have sufficient available limit to cover the deposit, then it is always possible to contact your card issuer and request a temporary increase. Normally, the card company do not charge for this. With a credit card, it's a win-win scenario. Simply book online and pay only that amount when you arrive to collect your vehicle. Let the car hire company put their deposit hold on your credit card, and you'll be driving your car away in no time. Refuse anything offered. When I personally rent a car, I tend not to park the car in dubious places. I'm fairly confident that the chances of damage is minimal. However, for peace of mind, you can often buy insurance online during the booking process. This covers the excess amount and any other damages, loss of keys, etc. If you take out such extra insurance or you already have this cover, then do not pay anything extra and refuse all offers by the desk staff. So if you have a credit card with a sizable limit, booking is easy and you likely see the lowest rates. If you have a debit card, then things can get really complicated. I'll explain the sequence of events if you have a debit card to ensure you obtain all the information you need prior to arrival at the desk. The very first thing to look for is whether your debit card has a MasterCard or Visa logo and that your name and card number are embossed on the front, i.e. raised. It cannot be a prepaid card. So if your card has all these elements, then proceed to any car rental comparison website. On many of these, you should find a filter that allows you to see which companies accept debit cards. If not, look for the important information or terms and conditions section. Now, some things to bear in mind. Many people are confused by the three elements normally contained within any rental reservation: the rental rate, the deposit, and the excess. The rental rate is what you see online. The deposit is an amount held against your card for the duration of the rental period. This amount is normally released when the car is returned, less any extra cost you may have incurred, such as traffic violations, parking fees, tolls, or lost keys. The deposit can vary wildly. Amounts of between $250 and $2,500 are common. And finally, the excess. The excess amount can also vary wildly, normally between $1,000 to $2,500. For example, if the excess amount is $1,000 and the car is damaged or even completely written off, you will only pay the agreed excess amount of $1,000. If you are using a debit card, it's probably best to wait until your arrival and purchase the extra insurance. This will cover the excess amount and often reduce the deposit. Typically, this will cost an extra $30 per day. So, as you can see by these examples, if you have a credit card with an ample amount of available credit, you need not worry about any of these extra costs. With a debit card, I would factor in at least as much as the rental cost that you see online on top. In other words, if the online rental rate is $100 and you use a debit card, budget for a total payment of $200. If you have any questions, please drop a comment below and our team will respond. Be sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the notification bell for further updates. But for now, adios amigos.